big events, big meetings, in person right after our kickoff meeting, right? Which is in 2 weeks, actually a week and a half, right? So for now, until the next like 10 days or so, everything is going to be online. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Welcome everyone to our journal meeting. This is our September monthly meeting. And we have some really exciting announcement coming up that includes our new operations committee that we just recently formed, recruitment, some updates on like our quad day, our recruitment season, right? Interviews going on right now, and our new co-working space in SQL Center for Design, for incubator, and also the timeline that you might want to know. And then each of our exec team will quickly update on what they have been working on and what they'll be working on in the future, in the upcoming months. And we'll open up for any questions or any suggestions. All right. Then let's get into some announcement then. So we have our new operations committee, and this committee is focusing on the operation of the entire exec team, making sure that everyone is prioritizing the task, the goals, and making sure that no one's like burning out, or making sure that they're enjoying what they do, right? So that's the focus of operations team, right? And then now we have our new co-director for operations, Marjorie. Yeah, she'll be working with Aditya directly to focus on the entire exec team operations. Yeah, Marjorie, do you want to just say anything?
Hi.
Okay. And yeah, that's Marjorie. And then our operations committee, we'll have an advisor for this operations committee, which is Nikki. And Nikki worked with Peter and I, from last year, to I think spring. And so basically she had, a lot of experience with like how we operated within a team, and also she'll be, giving all this advice and direction to Marjorie and Aditya. Yeah, and Nikki, you want to say hi real quick?
Hey everyone, nice to be back.
Yeah, nice. Okay, then next we'll go into our recruitment updates. So the results, yeah, we got 100, well, not 100, more than 1,000 signups. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. From quad day, our info session, our mixer, all like all of our booth, and like E9 and all of the events, we actually got more than 1,000 signups. And yeah, 1/10 of that like applied. So right now you can see that our entire calendar is just filled with interviews over here. Over 100 interviews going on. Pretty crazy right now, but I'm glad that like everyone's helping out. So like we got like more than 20 something interviewers going on, so everyone can take care of some of the interviews. And we're aiming for 20 to 30 new venture directors, so students, founders, right? And then they'll be forming teams for the fall semester. In terms of committees, we have 5 committees right now, right? Including the operations team. But all the other 4 teams will be recruiting for new members, around like 3 to 4 each.
Oh no.
So, right. And so basically, we'll have around 12 to 15 new committee members. And we are also trying to onboard 2 to 3 new venture consultants now, because we're expanding a lot in this fall, right? So we are also making sure that the venture directors can get help, right? So in total, we will probably have around 40 to 50 new students joining Zero2One, right? Okay, yeah, and then we want to do a quick shout out. So basically, as you guys can see, our entire marketing team, basically Howie and Elizabeth, they directed the entire marketing plan for our entire recruitment from August all the way to now, right? Actually, starting from July, they already started preparing for it. And so that's why you saw so many posts on our social media, and also our quad day as well. And then shout out to finance team and Aditya. They put in also a lot of time preparing for a demo day. Like you can see a picture over here. It's actually a lot of work that's that's going in behind the scenes. I'm not sure, maybe they spend like 23 or 30 hours per week actually just working on that. Yeah, which is really appreciated. And community team, you can see over here we have our back to school mixer. I think that actually worked really well, especially we hosted in SQL Center for Design. Yeah, and so yeah, same for our team. Our team basically they help out with all of these events, including like getting the judges for our demo day, and also the back to school mixer, and the quad day hosting the booth, and also everyone who actually helped out at our event and interview process. Like, I don't think it will be possible to actually bring so many students in to Zero2One without you guys. Yeah, so just want to say thank you. All right. Yeah. Pause. All right. Yeah, and I guess like moving towards in the future, this is like what we will have, right? Aditya, do you want to quickly talk about this, since this is what you directed?
Yeah, sure. I'll just go over it briefly. So we've been talking about this for a while now, and I think all of you guys already know, but the SQL Center for Design will become like the HQ for Zero2One, and possibly and hopefully the other entrepreneurship organizations as well, like Founders and Enactus and TEC, and practically anything you think of. And specifically to do with Zero2One, I think we're still nailing down the location. I think Twilight Studio is what we decided, but we're thinking about, will it be easy to project, presentations? Is audio going to be great? Obviously, the workshops will be at the Twilight Studio, I think. And I think that's something that we're still deciding. But it'll essentially be our co-working space, 6 to 10 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, Sunday, and starting the 20th this month. So it'll be pretty exciting. And hopefully, I mean, the goal here is to see as many people as possible working on some sort of project in this space. So yeah, I think that's the goal here. And we can be the first few people to really set an example. But yeah, exciting stuff.
Yep. And yeah, so this will also be a good transition for us to going in person in the fall as well. And so I think September 19th, that Sunday, that's our kickoff meeting. And then right afterwards, we're going to start off owning space, which means, anyone who's working on a startup or nonprofit or, anything, right? Anything cool, right? You guys can come over here, and then hopefully in the future, we'll bring in more and more entrepreneurs there. And so in the future, you can just like see everyone working on different projects all the time. Okay. And right. So here's a quick rundown of what's going to happen in this fall, right? So Zero2One is an incubator for startups and nonprofits, right? So we basically focus a lot on our fall incubator. Our exec team is based off the entire bootcamp incubator operations. So we'll go for around a month of bootcamp, which is weekly workshops and also like weekly ideation networking sessions. And you guys can all attend the Sunday workshops actually, because we are bringing more new speakers actually in here. So they will have different experience, and also they'll have different suggestions for your stage after startup, right? You can ask any questions you want. Okay, and same for the ideation networking session. These are mainly for the new venture directors, but you can also attend it to help them, network. Or if you actually want to start something new yourself, right? You can also go there and network and see what other people have in their mind. All right, and then after a month of bootcamp, we'll go into build sprint, just like over a summer. Basically, people building their product, testing, right, doing market research. And then that's also when we'll have like office hours, and venture consultants will be assigned to ventures as well. And that will last until like next January. And then spring demo day, well, this is tentative, but it should be happening at the beginning of next semester. Okay. And then this, I would say this is probably the most important thing if you want to take a screenshot, that basically everything that you need to know. So we will have our kickoff event, our big kickoff meeting for fall in person as well. Basically next Sunday, I think, right? Next Sunday. And right afterwards, up the following Wednesday, we will have like the organization-wide networking session. So you'll be able to meet everyone in the network in the organization at the same time meet all of the new students who are selected into Zero2One into the community, right? And then we'll have our next October general meeting later on. But basically, I believe that the community team, the other teams are also considering like pop-up socials, possibly, as I think one of their projects. And yeah, same thing. We'll have co-working hours going on Monday, Wednesday. Well, this is actually Sunday. Typo here. All right. So far, anyone has any question about timing or about the events that's going on? All right. If not, you guys can also DM me with later on. Okay, let's do a quick update from all of the teams. Marketing team.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, so basically in the past month, we organized Quad Day. Thank you guys all for helping out with that. We also helped community team with the mixer. They did a really good job on that. And then we did the recruitment social media posts and the flyer design that Johnny went and put around campus. And then, so our goals for September are to successfully recruit 2 to 4 new committee members, and then start our 1-month trial with those new members, and then also do our Humans of Zero2One posts, because that's been in the backlog for a while.
Yeah, so for finance team, from what we accomplished last month, we hosted Fall Demo Day pretty successfully. There's definitely things we can improve on. But yeah, so our goals for September is to recruit new members. We set a maximum of 4. We're finalizing our 1-month trial, and we're wrapping up the Fall Demo Day by getting feedback from people and just like documentation stuff, so that way we can start planning the next demo day and have it be even better than the one we just had.
Yep. So for us, we've essentially for this past month, like we've applied to Council of Presidents, and so we're essentially still waiting on their deliberation. Don't know where they sort of are. And then also we've also hosted the branding workshop with Professor Terry Kasdan. I think that might have been a little bit outdated. And then also we've invited judges for demo day, so that's something that we helped out with sort of like as a process. And then for September, like we're looking to recruit, so we'll go through the interview cycle in a little bit. I know Tina has had 2-3 interviews now at this point. So, and then also, we wanted to make sure that we finalize the boot camp. So just make sure that all of the workshop speakers have been invited, and then also that whole process is set up, as well as like launch any 1-month trials, and then also connect with iVenture for resources. We recently talked to
Wait, E, I think you muted yourself. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So we were able to sort of talk with Gilbert Chen, and then sort of like engage with those resources a little bit more. So that was something that we're looking forward to. And then also just begin a new semester with sort of the Zero2One members, mentors, and so like we reach out to them and stuff like that. So that's something from outreach team.
Hey guys, so first of all, thank you to everyone who helped with the back to school mixer. Although it was like a marketing community thing, everyone really pulled through, and like we had a lot of obstacles. And so thank you so much for that. I think it was a big success. And then yeah, updates from the past month. So a lot of our energy did go into this mixer. We have a lot of different projects coming up in September, starting off with our onboarding session for new members, the coffee chat scavenger hunt kickoff. We have our speed friending networking event, and our 1-month trial for the new community team members begins. In addition to this, we have a few other projects not listed, but I think we're also going to be working on some of the ideation stuff with ops and outreach, I believe. So that's another thing that we'll be involved with. But yeah, that's pretty much all from us.
Do you want to quickly explain what the scavenger hunt is about?
Yeah, so essentially, I believe last time, I remember Marge and Alan, when they were working the community team, had a really fun idea for like a way for new members to get to know everyone, the execs, and they set up this kind of coffee chat, like Google form thing. I mean, Google form thing, I believe, and we're kind of trying to transition that to in-person. It's essentially an opportunity for new members to get to know the exec better, and it's going to be interesting. We're going to, instead of just your straight up networking event, which we'll also have later, we're trying to make the process a little more exciting for people to get to know the exec. So yeah.
Awesome. Mhm.
Mars, you want to take this?
Okay. So I guess like some updates from the past month was like me and Nikki were just more recently onboarded. We also hosted like our first operations team meeting and like just starting to pick up more of the responsibilities, like helping from like basically switching over from what like Johnny and Peter used to do. And then also Aditya was more like taking initiative on the student entrepreneurship roundtable at SCD. And then he's trying to slowly transition that to an intern team. So then we'll be able to do more internal operation stuff. And then also like for our goals for September, we're trying to really finalize our OKRs. So we have a more focus for what we'll be doing for operations. And then we are also, we reviewed the applications for the new members with like Johnny and Peter and Nikki. And then we also are able to like do some new Zero2One member interviews and some like projects that we're working on right now just to help out like some of the other exec teams are taking initiative on the VC onboarding, which is Aditya is mostly working on. I'm working with community and outreach on networking and the ideation events. And Nikki's mostly taking charge of the Zach NVIDIA alum maintenance and pipeline, leadership pipeline. And then we'll also be hosting like the weekly exec board meetings, the boot camp kickoff meeting, and the end of the month reflection meeting.
Okay. Yeah, that was like a quick updates from all the teams. And you know that they took like maybe 20 seconds to explain what they did in the past month, but usually that just one line of that description of the thing that they did probably takes like 40, 50 hours of work. Yeah. So like, yeah, just want to appreciate, you know, all the work that everyone did. Yeah. So I guess like for now, does anyone have any questions or anything that you guys want to bring up?
I had a question.
Right, sure.
I remember in summer we had done that 0 and 1 pairing. Like Johnny, you were like we had got paired with each other.
Wait.
I don't remember what the exact thing was called, but basically like one new member was yeah, the buddy system. Thanks, Nitya.
Oh, right. So the buddies, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have like we have enough people to do that right now, but
Right.
that was definitely really nice system.
Oh, right.
I just wanted to put that out there, like
Okay,
in case you guys are
awesome.
planning to do that. That was really helpful.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I could,
right.
sorry,
Yeah,
I could,
yeah.
so then we're actually switching it from just like a one-on-one buddy system to a more family system. So we would have like 2 co-parents / co-fam heads that would essentially help run like similar activities to it. Nithya, I don't know if you want to add more to that answer.
Yeah, we just thought the buddy system was good, but we thought it'd actually be a lot more fun in this. And I think the buddy system, some people enjoyed it, but other people not so much because we didn't give people that much direction. So this will be a little bit more organized, and it'll also be a little more laid back as well, because you're gonna, you know, it's not just one person, it's gonna be a few people, and it'll be a fun time, I think. We're also gonna have some family events, hopefully. So like inter-family events. So it might be something fun.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be I hope it'll be a better way for new members to meet more people in 0 to 1 versus just like the one buddy. Yeah.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions?
I'm curious, I have a question. I'm a venture consultant role, and I'm just wondering, like, in terms of like, is there anything like that we can assist with or that we can help with? Like, I have no problem assisting with that, but I'm just wondering, like, if venture consultants want to get more involved in 0 to 1 outside of like attending the event,
Mm,
what would it look like? Or maybe it needs to be developed, but you just wanted to
right,
throw that suggestion out there.
right.
I would love to join a community. I want to.
Oh, okay. If you're interested in helping out, like for example, the venture
How
consult.
Nikki is helping operations, that would,
Yeah,
I think you could have a similar role.
yeah, yeah. Because like I think right now, we are busy directing, like, trying to improve the new venture consultant program, right? But we also don't have that enough like manpower to handle that many things going on. So if you are interested in like helping out with that, like directing that program, that would actually be great. But there's other things that you, if you are interested in, we can help. You can just let me know. Yeah, we can talk more. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay. Awesome. Any other questions, suggestions?
So I was wondering if you could share a little bit about this massive amount of people that you have recruited or attracted attention and you're interviewing them. What's, just trying to think about, again, how we can work together to try to activate as many students in as many ways and really have Zero2One be that, like, I really think you're positioning the organization to, in a way that no other organization has been able to like be that touch point and spin off, you know, an entry point. And so I'm really trying to think about that, how we're, you know, how we're sort of pushing and pulling and creating those pathways. And it seems like, so you have like what you have like 1,000, that's incredible numbers, by the way. I've never seen anything like it. That's just massive. I don't know what you did. A lot of work, clearly, you know, but I mean, that's, I can't even get over that, like how much you did with recruitment. So you have like 1,000 students, and then you had like 100 applicants or something, and that's for both committees and exec and that kind of thing, as well as people who are going to go through the incubator, right?
Yeah.
And so so how many of those students are you going to actually take in like how many people will not, out of that 100 that applied, will you turn away? And like what happens to those students, and what happens to like this much larger number of students that didn't apply? Right. Is there a way that we could be thinking about activating them? Or I'm just wondering kind of what your thoughts are about. I don't know if, I mean, this is a great problem to have. I don't know if you I don't know if you've always had this many people express interest, or
it's okay.
or not. But
I think it's the first time we get this many applicants, and because like I think all of our teams went all out for marketing, so I think that was amazing. And basically, what is going to happen is that since we can only take around 40, maybe 40 to 50 new students, right? For the rest of the applicants, for all of our workshops, by the way, they're going to be all public, right? So anyone can attend, right? And basically, they can still, when we send out those emails, we'll be inviting them to our workshop still, right? And then you know that, all right, they can still learn more about entrepreneurship. It's just that in terms of our community, in terms of programs that we have, the resources will be dedicated to these people who are accepted. And yeah, so I think that will also be a good opportunity. For example, we can also directing them to other resources as well. Yeah, possibly. But for now, it's the approach is that we open up the workshops, and then they'll be able to still have in contact with our community and getting to know some of our members possibly, and also letting them know, promoting the co-working space, the entrepreneurship co-working space, so that they can still be there in that kind of area and still be within reach. Yeah, knowing what's going on.
Yeah. So no, I think that's great. So do you consider them, and maybe I haven't thought about this, like, are they part of the Zero2One community? So people who are like on your listserv, and they're again invited to be in the co-working space, they're invited to go to workshops. Do you also want them to go to some of these other programs that you're talking about in terms of, you know, mixers or other special events, or are those essentially just for people who are on leadership positions or in the incubator?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct. So basically, these smaller programs, we want the community to be like tight, right? So like people know each other, and then know each other really well, so that there's a limit to the people we can bring in. So basically, we only open up the workshops for now, and all the other events, unless we host like big events, that like networking events or stuff like that, then we will make it public to other people. But for other programs we have, it's limited to the Zero2One members for now.
Got it. So people who are either in leadership positions or in the incubator, do you consider them Zero2One members?
Yeah, that's right. And also
Call
people,
them members. I'm just trying to get a sense of, just like, so
Yeah.
it's clear on what the terminology. Okay, so those are formal members,
Mhm,
and they remain members as long as they're, indefinitely. Once they've either done one or the other, then they're members until they elect out or something.
even the people who already graduated, I think we are still in contact with them, and then also we still communicate with them. So like, so it's in fact we got a lot of like donations from our alum as well. So it's like once you're in Zero2One, you're always going to be in Zero2One. Like we're going to have like some other variation program in the future, but yeah, that's the goal.
Cool. Yeah, no, I think it's great that you already have that strong alumni network. It's fantastic.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. But if there's like anything that you think we can possibly do to help these students out, though, like those people who can get into Zero2One, I think we're pretty open up to like any new ways to help these students. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of some of the conversations we've had, various combinations of us trying to figure out like, again, also how the college can work more synergistically. So it's like people still feel, so that's why I was kind of asking like, okay, now I understand what membership is versus, if they're on the listserv and they're invited, maybe you just consider them. So if they're involved in some of the open activities, they're part of the Zero2One community, maybe is sort of a broader term. And so maybe we could be messaging, and thank you for sending me that list. That's fantastic. Like, I'm just wondering if we're, again, because I have kind of two hats. So I'm sort of thinking of like, oh, like we could still engage these folks that you kind of didn't have capacity for. You can't take everybody in all these roles, right? So I'm trying to think how you still engage them through kind of Zero2One community affiliation, but maybe they're doing college supported programs, but they still feel, again, we're kind of like cross advertising all the time and cross promoting, the stories that are sort of coming from these engagements. And so I'm really just trying to think how we can, capture all this fantastic work. And it's kind of in response to some of the other programs, right? Like that almost pride themselves in like rejecting people. And then those people don't get involved in anything else, or they get discouraged, or, or we can't identify those people who applied for something and they would be really great in another program. And so it's just like it's just something to think about. So I'm just curious if, like I said, if there are intentional things that we can do. And my thought is to kind of reach out to that list and kind of, again, couch it as a Zero2One community, folks who are part of the Zero2One community, and here's some additional opportunities, and so again, they still feel that it's coming through this platform, right? This organization, this community that's
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this will actually be a really good point that maybe Aditya, when we have our SCR meeting, the Student Entrepreneurship Roundtable meeting, we can possibly discuss more, actually focusing on like, all right, now some of the students are left out of all of our programs. How should we like help them, right? And also like, how can we actually work together better so that like, there's no more overlap, because like right now there's still like overlap going on, right, with their bootcamp, their workshops going on. So I think Aditya, you're also considering like talking to Valerie a bit more, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot to discuss there. Obviously, I think, like I've been saying, Valerie, I think we need to get on a call. And since recruitment week's been pushing that call further back, but I think once this recruitment buzz ends, right around the 20th of September, around that week, obviously before then I'll be getting on calls with the SCR as soon as I can. But right around then, I will start focusing on how we can, there's multiple talking points, but one of the big talking points is obviously working with your incubator program, the Illinois Impact Incubator, and seeing how we can create like an integrated pipeline. Because I think Zero2One and your program share a lot of values. Almost also to bring that into the scene, make it more visible. So we talk about that. And then also the point that you just brought up about not leaving the people were interested but didn't get in through the application process, just not leaving them out of the scene. Yeah, I think that comes with having like an entrepreneurship scene on campus, which is missing, because there are obviously some people who, for some reason didn't make it through an application process from Enactus or founders, just like Zero2One, who are still interested in entrepreneurship and maybe can't get enough of just doing workshops and stuff like that. And if there's no like sort of hub and there's no place to be for them, then they just kind of let go of entrepreneurship forever, like after the first couple of semesters. And so a huge part of that would be to do with SCR and having all these other entrepreneurship organizations come together to host like campus-wide public events regularly, and also to open some of their resources up to the public. And that's like, obviously that's a really tricky thing to do because it's not happened before clearly. But I think we are, getting closer and closer. At least we're basing everything at Siebel Center for Design, and having that shared physical location is such a big difference than having like everyone everywhere else. So yeah, to answer that question with another question, it's just, where is this gonna go with SCR, I guess, and how likely is it gonna be? Yeah, again, I don't know the answer to that yet, but I think we'll get a lot of good answers by the end of this month as we start talking to all these other organizations once they finish up their recruitment weeks, which are in theory very busy right now. But I think things are looking promising, at least in that sense, that no one is going to be completely left out of the system. Yeah, this semester we'll be focusing on creating that sort of environment. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, Aditya, maybe you can reach out to Barry afterwards if we have more ideas for this. Okay. Anyone have any other questions? Okay. All right. Yeah, feel free to just reach out to me or anyone in the exec team. Yeah, and thank you all for coming to our general meeting. Hopefully to see you guys at our kickoff meeting soon. All right, see y'all. Thanks for coming.
Johnny, also, I just want to say that I really like the format of this meeting. I feel like it's nice, like the general meeting. I feel like it's come to like a place where it's nice. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you that.
Perfect. Okay.
Great.
That's great. Sounds good. All right. Thank you all.